Morning guys. Well, today is the day that we receive the new Red Sea Reefer 625 XL G2, which is a replacement for the 425 XL, obviously, that I've currently got, due to the seal failure. Now, obviously, Red Sea did confirm that that was the early stages of the seal failing, and as I mentioned in my previous video, we've negotiated a price for this 625. So not only have I taken the opportunity to upgrade to a larger tank, I've also gone for white cabinet instead of a black cabinet. So what I'm doing outside here at the moment is just basically waiting now for the lorry to arrive to offload the tank. Most likely he will pop it straight into the double garage, which is just over there, and from there I'll then be able to unbox it and check it over. Obviously, first of all, you want to do that straight away as soon as you can, and then I shall be taking the cabinet indoors and starting to make it. Thankfully, it is a lovely day. It is not raining, so that's great, and with any luck, fingers crossed, I'm keeping an eye out. Sorry about the traffic noise, but I'm keeping an eye out now for this lorry so as I can basically open up the garage door and let the guy wheel it straight in there. So I'll pick up the camera as soon as I can. But yes, can't wait. All right then, guys, so he's arrived, as you can see here with the pictures, and get it into the garage. I've unboxed it, as you can see, checked it over, which was the first thing that I did, make sure everything looked okay. All the cabinets are indoors, as you can see there, they're all stacked up, ready to be unboxed. I've laid out all the pipe work onto the table here, as you can see, with the most important thing obviously being the instructions and the little box there with all the parts in. And oh my god, holy hell, there's all the parts. Yeah, that's a lot. Progress is coming along. We've now got the rear section mostly done, and also the middle kind of center panel. You've got the brackets that the pipe work will clip onto, starting on the roof now, the lid, I should say, of the cabinet. Coming along, progress is pretty good. We're just doing the end panel here. I've got one of the end panels on, and I'm just going to run a short little clip on the inside of this cabinet. So as you can see, we're getting on with the building of the cabinet, but I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit concerned with my building skills, but it transpires that you have this piece, and that's like a bit of a, oh, if I can get it up there sort of roughly, but that kind of goes up and fixes onto there as a bit of a support kind of bracket. But yeah, initially, and it will happen on the other side as well, yeah, I was a bit worried. Alrighty, so there we go. So that's the cabinet now finished, with the exception of the base panels. You leave those off until you've got your tank, or your cabinet I should say, in place, and then you can access all the little wee feet so that you can level it before you start putting the tank on. Right then, guys, so the day has come where we're going to start to take everything out of the 425 that's over there somewhere. And get it into the temporary tank and all the temporary sort of containers that I've got. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to transfer the water out, get as much out as I can. Then I'm going to sort of probably take out the rocks, the corals, get them in the bins, and then finally try and get the fish out. I'm going to leave Piney till last, and I've also got a big piece of egg crate that I might sort of section off the tank, you know, to try and kind of keep the fish all at one end, just to make it a bit easier to do that. Just so as you can have a little look, so where is it, round here somewhere, there's the temporary tank that they're going to be going into. We've got the hang on the back filter, which is just there, a couple of little sort of 4-inch plastic, you know, things inside. Probably put 1 or 2 bits of rock in as well. Behind that's the water butt. That's got 100 litres of fresh salt water in, ready to go into the new tank, and I've got another 100 litres outside in the 2 brute bins, so that's about the 200 odd litres that I'm going to be short. So I've got the fresh salt water ready made up. What else? Down here on the floor, so I've got two containers. One will be for the rocks, one will be for like the corals, you know, that's on the rock, kind of split them up as best I can. The shallow container just in front of the sump, that's going to have the equipment start to come out of the sump and go into there. I've got my rug down, so as I try and minimise any splashes. What else? A pump is down here. That's going to be ready to start to pump the water out of the tank and get it into that temporary holding tank. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'll pick up the camera kind of as I go and show you kind of progress reports. Yeah, I'm going to get on with it, and I'll see you in a minute. Fingers crossed. All right then, guys, so just very quickly, because I don't want to leave him in there for very long, but this is what I'm using. He's getting a bit stressed now. This is what I'm using to get Piney, well, and I did the fox as well. So it's just a smallish kind of plastic tank, and then just kind of lower that into the water and just let the fish kind of go in themselves, basically, and then I just stand it up and pop the lid on. So I'm not going to leave him in there for any longer. I'm going to get him out, and I'm going to get him into the holding tank. Right then, guys, another quick update. So all the fish are now in the tank. Don't want to get too close, I don't want to spook them, but we've got the heater in there, obviously. We've got the hang on the back filter, that's got the bio balls in. Got my little ammonia disc thing on the front there. We've got the wave maker, giving it a bit of water movement on the surface there. Hopefully you can see that. And I've got the lid on as well, a makeshift lid just to stop anybody from jumping. Down in here, these two containers, this is what's got the rock and the coral in. That's just a bit of excess water. Starting on the equipment now, so a lot of the equipment's in there. And if you look inside the cupboard, get away from that light, the sump is virtually empty and just sort of starting to take out all the bits and pieces inside. Cabinet in there, you can see through to the back now. Starting to basically take all the wiring off of everything. Still got a little bit of, you're not going to be able to see because of the light, but I've still got some water. A little bit of water just left in the tank there. I don't bother about the sand. Sand is being discarded, obviously. Fresh sand to go into the new tank. But yeah, this is kind of what the lounge looks like at the moment. And we've also got some more containers of salt water in those three there. All sort of spare, ready to go into the new tank when it gets set up tomorrow. Water back there, I think I mentioned before, that's full of salt water, fresh salt water, ready to go in. And the two brute bins in the garage are also full, ready for tomorrow as well. So that's where we are at the moment. I'll pick up the camera in a little while. I keep forgetting because I just get into the zone, and then, you know, you start with the rat's nest of wiring at the back of the cabinet, and yeah, it just kind of all goes to pot then, and then I kind of forget what the time is and everything else. So right, let me crack on and I'll pick up the camera whenever I pick it up. See you in a bit. All right then, guys, so there we go. Yay, the tank is finally empty. All the sand, all the water. Use the yeah, well, we won't tell the wife about that, but that's how I got the sand out of the tank. And I mean, all behind here, all the pipe work's all out. Wow, look at that. Look at that. What's that? Just over 3 years worth of growth in there. Wowzers. So yeah, not too bad really. I mean, in here, you know, there's obviously coralline on the back, but all empty, all cleared out now, and I should be able to, with help, lift the tank out, get it outside. That's just going to get scrapped, and then the cabinet then can come out next. And then with regards to like the cabinet over there with all my bits and pieces in, and the monitor and everything, and that cabinet down there, I've obviously got to shift all of that out the way so that the new cabinet can be brought in once I probably cleaned the floor behind and wiped over the skirting board. But the new cabinet can then come in, and well, I've got to fit the bracket actually for the lights. Look up there, that bracket. Evolution Aqua. hanging bracket. That's got to be fitted onto the back of the new cabinet first before I get it in place. But I think other than that, get the cabinet in place, and then tomorrow I've got help then lifting the new tank out of the garage and getting it into here because that 625 XL Gen 2 G2, whatever it's called, wow, it's heavy as hell. So yeah, glad I've got some help coming. But yeah, at the moment, pretty much still a mess in here. But I did warn the wife that this is what it's going to be like. But I'll tell you what, oof, it smells a bit. Jeez, it wasn't me, honest. Right, I'll pick the camera up. Maybe when the tank is gone and we've just got a big space. Yeah, there we go. The tank, the cabinet and the sump is no longer there. So clean the floor, which wasn't too bad actually, considering there was a bit of water just down here, but that was where I took the overflow pipes and the emergency pipe and the return pipe out of the back of the weir of the 425 XL. So you obviously have to kind of disconnect it, do it with my fingers here, disconnect it from underneath to take the pipes out that's inside the sump, and then you've got to put your hands sort of into the back of the weir and unscrew the pipes that's in the weir. And of course, you know, water came out a little bit, but not too bad. So we've got that all mopped up, so that's pretty cool. Cleaned the skirting boards, all had a hoover. So yeah, all okay. We're okay in here as well. Everybody's doing fine. Obviously the fox is camouflaged, and Piney seems to kind of try and have a crack at eating those nanotech bio balls that I put in there, but each to their own. And then everything else here is basically the same. I'm not going to go through all that again. Got to sort out that pile because some of it I'm keeping and reusing and some of it I won't be reusing. That corner is done. That's just the RO top off tank. So that's ready out the way for tomorrow when the new cabinet comes in. And this one here, I just need to like try and push out the way as far as I can, which I pretty much have done. It's right up to the wall, but I've just been throwing all my wires and plug sockets and stuff down the back there for the time being, just to be able to take the tank apart really and get it out. So that's my next job, is kind of tackling all of that, working out what's what and trying to make it a bit neater and tidier. But otherwise, yeah, it's a mess. But if you're going to go through this and you're going to do a tank transfer, you need to be, you know, ready with everything, have enough containers and everything, barrels for your water, and have things to put, you know, like the equipment in, and have towels or rug on the floor so you don't get water on the floor, and, you know, just bits and pieces. You've got to think of so many different things. But, you know, if you have any questions or any comments or whatever, then you can stick them down in the comment section below, and I'll always try and answer those, no problem, if you're going to be going through the same sort of thing sooner or later. But yeah, for now I think I'm gonna sign off. I've had enough today. I've still got to really put the brackets on the back of the new cabinet for the light, but I should do that after I've had my dinner. So I'm hungry now, so I'm gonna have to stop and eat something. But there's Piney. Hey, boy. Not very big, is it, that tank? You wait till tomorrow and see what's coming. Right, okay then guys, I'm signing off. I shall see you when I next pick up the camera. See you later. Alright then guys, well it is now the next day, and is the tank on the cabinet? Oh, you bet your life it is. Look at this. Have a little look, I'll spin you around. Yes! Oh, that took some doing, I'll tell you. That is a very, very heavy tank, but it's all leveled, and I'll spin you around in a moment and sort of show you. But I managed to do as many things as I could last night with the cabinet when it was in the kitchen. Once I'd built it, you know, drill the holes for the back for the light brackets, as you can maybe make out, kind of like there, and which way is it? Like there somewhere, for those brackets, and also for the little bracket as well that I have hanging on the back for like the electrical stuff and things like that. Oh, and the light as well for inside the sump, which again I'll show you what I bought a little bit later on for that, but it is cool. I'm loving the light that's inside there. So let me flick this round and then I'll bring you in for a little bit of a better, closer look. Right, spin you around, here we are. Right, pick up my level. So nice, lovely light. I've wiped it all out inside, which is why it's a little bit sort of streaky at the moment, but just in the process of wiping it all out of any sort of dust that was in there. And yeah, I mean, needs obviously hoovering out from inside. Sorry about all the glare and reflection, but yeah, it's a massive chunk of glass. There's nothing I can do about that. But as far as like leveling it is concerned, if we put it on the front there, and you can see, hopefully you can see that, that's bang on level. Side, again, same thing, bang on level, and well, trust me, this side is bang on level as well, like that. And even, you know, going across the back, going across the corners like this on both sides, and then also doing the corner that way as well, it is level everywhere. It takes quite a while, if I bring you down in here and show you the little feet, it takes quite a while to go around and do kind of all of those, and you know, make sure that they're, you know, tight to the floor. And there's like a second nut, there's two little tiny nuts. Let's try and, there we go, focus that. So the very bottom one should be at the very bottom, so that's right. And then this one should be at the very top. Now I'm going to have to get a second little spanner because I can't loosen that one. I just need to wind that one up. And I think the same with that one. I can't do that one yet either. But one I have done that is correct is this one here. So that's what it should look like. Little nut at the bottom, and then once you level it and you can't sort of spin this anymore, then you wind the second nut all the way up. Ooh, that one's a little bit loose, look. But you wind that one all the way up to the top. So that will hold it in there. What else? At the moment, I think that's pretty much it. Just literally cabinets in place, exactly where I want it, and it's all level with obviously the tank on there. So I will pick up the camera once I've kind of got the base in and got the sump in as well. So I'll see you in a bit. Right then guys, so update time, show you where I am at the moment and what I've been up to. So the tank is in, leveled, we know that. I've just been sorting out these light brackets to make sure that they're level and all sort of straight and everything else. So I've just got to sort out the top bar once I put the light on and kind of make sure that's centered correctly so the light hangs nicely. The sump is also in, so that's new, and I'm just on the plumbing. But I wanted to show you something with regards to the plumbing, so I'm just going to spin the camera around just to show you what's going on with this. What we have is, I've got three, and you're probably not going to see because massive reflection, but I've got three of the plumbing parts in at the moment up there. So that one, and then the far one as well. So that one on the right and that one on the left is the return. So this one here is your main drain, and then the one that I'm about to do is going to be the emergency. So what I wanted to show you was with regards to the plumbing, look, when this goes in and when this gets screwed in, what we will need to do is put it down through the back of the weir, and then you've got a thread here. Now you need to wind that onto the thread, and then it will drop down, and then you wind it onto this thread. So this rubber or two rubber O-rings here is also making the seal, and then this part is what will sit flat onto the very base of the inside of the weir. So let me just do this so as I can kind of quickly show you as best I can. So let's pop that into there. and that's going to go down. Again, you're probably not going to see, very hard to see. I've got that on there, but if I'm screwing this on now, what I want you to see is it will drop in a minute. So keep screwing it there. See that drop? So once it's dropped, then you need to carry on making sure it's not cross-threading, and then you need to carry on threading it onto that second thread, and then that will tighten up in a minute. Oh, I'm doing it left-handed. Why am I doing it left-handed, Simon? I don't know. Stupid. Right, let's do it right-handed, and hopefully it will be better. Right, so that is now, I can't tighten that anymore. That's nice and, well, that is nice and tight, trust me. I can't do it up any more than that. It looks a bit wobbly. But all four are now in. So that one just there, see if I can put the flash on. There we go. This one just here is a return. This one over here is the return. It will come through the two sides. So that's the nice feature of these new larger tanks now, is that they come out from the side rather than just having one stupid one here. And then we've got our emergency overflow. And then this one here will be the main overflow, because it has another piece that's going to go onto it, which I will grab, which is this piece. And again, another slight change is that we've now got a square section at the top, and so that's going to go down over the top of that pipe, and it just sits like that. I'm using my left hand again. Why am I using my left hand? Oh, I know, because I keep holding the camera with my right. Yes, right, so that's pushed on now, so that's nice and fixed in. So lovely, that's all the plumbing done. And quick update on the fish before I wrap this video up, because I think putting all the sand and the rock and the water and everything else in, and the fish is going to be another video. This one's probably already going to be quite long. So as you can see, everyone's doing well. Fox, Piney, a couple of clowns. We've got the wrasse there, and then what's that one? Coral Beauty. That's the one. Coral Beauty. Ammonia. Yeah. Not too bad, that's okay. Got my nitrate Hanna checker there, so I can keep checking. And we've got the Nanotech Bio balls in there. Also the filter here not only has Nanotech Bio balls in it, but it's also got a UV light as well. See the little light there? So it's got a UV light in it. No feeding, I haven't fed the fish since they've been in here, and I won't until I put them back into the main tank. They'll be fine. Coral and rock, yeah, in there, and the Cheeto, look. Oh, and the shrimp is in there somewhere, God knows where. Haven't opened the lids of those. Just been monitoring the temperature, and I've got a wave maker as well in there, so hopefully that's all okay. So I think really now, as I say, I'm going to wrap the video up, and the second one will be all about putting the sand in. Water, rocks, well, water, let that heat up first, then rocks, then more heated water, and then finally the fish, and then like the big turn on with the return pump. Move that chair out of the way. And of course, obviously, I've got all the skimmer to place in here as well, and well, yeah, all the other equipment. All right then, guys, so if you have enjoyed, then please give us a like, please give us a thumbs up or whatever. Comment down in the comment section below if you've gone through this, or if you're going to be going through this. You know, let me know, and you know, if hopefully this video has helped you. If it has helped you, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks very much to all my current subscribers. Really appreciate everybody that actually presses that little subscribe button and a thumbs up and all that sort of stuff. As I say, it really does helps motivate me to keep this channel kind of going, really. But yeah, I haven't got a lot of choice now. I've got this bad boy behind me, have I? So lots of things have come up with the channel, you know, at some point, but this is the main thing at the moment, the tank transfer from the old one, getting rid of that, and then getting this new one in. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you hopefully on the next video.
Easy come, easy go.